Today what we're going to do is build a Clone Commando. Let's go! Clone Commandos, also known as Republic Commandos, are specialized soldiers in the Star Wars universe. Clone Commandos were known for their elite combat skills, advanced training, and specialized equipment. Clone Commandos wore distinctive armor, which included advanced features like integrated communication systems, visor enhancements, and additional protective layers. Following the end of the Clone Wars, many Commandos would be assigned to protect the assets of the Galactic Empire's Advanced Science Division under the leadership of Dr. Royce Hemlock. And now, back to the build. Here we have files, and we're going to load them up, slice them, and then send them to the printer. And now we're going to get sanding. We're using 220 grit sandpaper. So this kit that actually we're showing here has a bunch of variations. I could have printed one with canisters on the thighs or just a standard thigh. Another example of this is the wrists. There's two different types. One is based off of the Hot Toys model and the other one is based off the video game. Same with elbows. And this kit also came with 3 different variations on the helmet. And for this kit I just went with the basic. So you'll see the shoulders, these are actually based off the video game. The kit also has one that's based off of Hunter from the Hot Toys version. And then also the shins have 2 different variations. One is a more anime version, one is a more video game version. Same with the biceps. And there you have it, all the different parts. And now what we're going to do is put everything on sticks. So we're using the same putty, putting it on a stick, and then getting everything ready to be primered and painted. And now what we're going to do is do the base coat. Using reference photos to actually make this clone in this image. and we're taping it off with vinyl tape, and then we're taping just a masking tape over it so that nothing else gets painted over it. These are going to be the gray lines that you can see in the image on your left. This is the thigh. You can see it has like 2 stripes, and then the back of the thigh doesn't go all the way through, so trying to mimic exactly how it showed up in the cartoon. So now we're done painting everything. What we're doing is removing all the tape and masking and removing the sticks. Once that's done, you can see everything laid out. Now we're going to use the handy dandy or Cricut machine. This is to make the visor. You don't have to do this. You can actually look at my Bird Trooper video. Peeled off the sticker. Now we're just using a toothpick to push it down. And now we're cutting off the bottom so that we can achieve that top lid part, or the top visor reflective screen, and then have the bottom of the visor not reflective, shown how it was in the show. Here we go, filling in some of the details, painting the top of the chest black, filling any of the minor issues. And now we're taping the neck with gaffer tape, and we're assembling the clothes onto the generic shoulder body. Here we're checking out Rex's jetpack, and we're testing the magnet for the right polarity so that we can also use the jetpack on our clone, and that way it's universal. And then we're gluing on the magnets to the back. What we're doing here is we are gluing down the Velcro onto the shoulders, and now we're gluing on the Velcro onto the bodysuit so that we can mount the shoulders. Here we're gluing the hand plates onto the hands. Now we're cutting gaffer tape to use to mount the armor onto each other. So this gaffer tape is just so that everything can be held in place before we glue, and that way we don't have to hold it down. Here we're gluing the ab areas. Now we're putting on the chest and the back. And then we're gluing everything down there. Gluing on the cod piece. And now we're doing final assembly. So we didn't do any weathering on this clone because in the show there wasn't too much weathering on them. They were fairly clean, and so we're trying to mimic that look. The one thing I did notice afterwards was that ab section's gray, and so we filled that in after we assembled everything.